Okay, let's see if it works. I'm just down here taking a little break. This is my office, pretty much. Old Bible with the name of Jehovah in Danish, neutral. Well, at least mostly neutral. Before the Jehovah's Witnesses. It was a Jew that, at least that was the main guy that translated. And so I have this is my, office at the moment. It's yeah, it's everything is around you. You have it's actually pretty good. Of course, my I don't know if my back is probably never going to become any better. It's just probably going to get worse as my age goes up and more inflictions comes around. And it will be a sweet sleep. When that time comes, at least there will be no pain. You know. As far as I know. Anyway, this, you really don't understand these people out in the world inflicting themselves with pain. Like there's not enough suffering already. It doesn't make any sense. You gotta be kidding me. Like, I don't know, but well, I do know in regard, but it's like, you come on, You don't have enough suffering in this world, so you need to inflict yourself with more suffering. Oh, give me a break. So, well, was by the way my T-shirt, although it might be a little hard to see, but it's well the Danish website on the top and the English in regards to Jesus God, Pope666.info. I guess when it's not turned around and all that. Anyway, let's get to it. I guess I was furthering moving. Yeah, my finger is, broken knuckle, never gotten really any better. And of course, my joints issues. Life is full of painful things. Full of painful things. Back hurting, joints hurting, and I still have the itchy thing, although it's much lessened after, battling fungus and all that. Yeah, they don't tell us anything. They just try to kill us off and murder us. And I'm not that. What do you call it? You know, uh, Many people are much worse. All those people taking the vaccines, and people dying. Being butchered and slaughtered by these disgusting, murderous vaccines, or hurt by them, and then they're going to live with, healthy people getting into issues. It's just disgusting. So, but this, of course, the medical mafia, all the disgusting filth that they do to us. So, this is my application that I've used, and I bought it a good amount of time, but I couldn't use it on the new mobile. Of course, I didn't have Play Store on it, and apparently applications, a good amount of the applications needs Play Store to, maybe, I can't, I might be, but yeah, there are applications out there that need Play Store to work, like Amazon. I bought an application from Amazon and then, wanted to delete the Amazon thing and all that. Well, the application wouldn't work without the Amazon. The same thing with this one in regards of, it's called Androider, and yeah, it doesn't work without Play Store. And I paid for this. There's a free version, and then there's a paid version, and the paid version doesn't have any spyware, as far as I recall. I think it's pretty clean. Go in here, of course, and have a look. Although, see here if you can apps, Androider. Yeah, well, there's a spyware and a huge amount of applications. I already deleted a lot of applications, although I do still have a lot of applications on the mobile. Now, this is my old mobile. I got because of all the Corona nonsense, I couldn't just get another LG V20, which I was using. Let's see here. So I needed a new mobile because I can't really go on without, and the old LG V20 just couldn't go on, just that clean. Um, it just, you go over to the scan and you say scan now, and it goes through all the applications, and you can see the Google Map, Google Firebase Analytics, Google Analytics, Google Crash Analytics, Mapbox, Flurry. You can see if an application sends, you have another tracker control, and tracker control is used as a, what do you call it? A thing where you also can block ads and all. The thing is, you need to run the application and have this activated before it actually registers the applications. And you can see contacted one company. Then you can go in and you can see what company, get more data on it and all that. Detected tracker libraries, Google AdMob, Google Crash Analytics, Google Firebox Analytics, and you can see what it tried to contact. You can block it. But sometimes applications break if you block them. Some applications, of course, don't need the internet at all, so you can push on the icon and you can just block the internet for these applications. It is like a secondary solution, but you know, that's the thing, that the big companies, the governments and all that want to take our control from us, and programmers are filling applications with a huge amount of nonsense, like, I guess, like, there's no tomorrow, but that's I guess, a bad, but just, we went from Windows 2000, the times of Windows 2000 where sanity existed both in applications and the system itself, and then it just went more wacky, and more spyware, more advertising, more control from the company, so people can't do what they want with digital things. The same thing with Android, full control, full madness. Google is evil, Android is evil. There's so much evil, disgusting. They're not for the people, they're not by the people, for the people, to the children. They're just for themselves. They're for the government, and the governments are controlled by Rome. In regards to the Antichrist, this is satanic. This is a satanic world we live in, and many people don't want to wake up. You can't even talk about vaccines, and besides, then people need to use different other kinds of words, and it's just madness. And we can't even talk about a topic yeah, it's just freedom of speech just totally locked down on multiple platforms. I've been banned on Facebook for 320 days in Facebook jail. I'm still on Facebook jail. Maybe I'm getting close to actually getting out, by the way. But they usually just, these 320 days is usually out in a couple of days, and bang, into it again. One of them, they just, one of the times I was in jail, they renewed it with, again, because of another, it just, so after 10 days of the 30 days, they renewed it to 30 days. And so, but anyway, so here this is the application where I've downloaded this, I use the FTP thing. You can push the FTP and you can see open from FTP and send to FTP. Now the application is by far not perfect, There's absolutely some things that I'm thinking this is just, it is nonsense. It's more like, where you have further clicks than you need. Like, for example, when you open the FTP, it already have the data in regards to the FTP. Why doesn't it just open up the last, why do I need to, click again and all that? And why does it change the place for, there's some problems. If you go further into the tree of folders, because you need a file into, it will change where it connects to, and you cannot go back. There's some problems with the application. You would think that you could go back, and that would be I think it's I actually think in regards of going back might actually work if you actually go to more like a root thing or some of the first folders. But when you go further into the tree and get to, you can't go back if it connects to that specific folder. You're not allowed to go back apparently. So send to FTP is also a little tedious because again you need to check the information. But okay, it's not that hard. It's still working. It's still much better than you can at least do it. With this application, you can retrieve files like this file I have here, and if I could get a little more, you can retrieve files and you can edit them and you can easily upload them, and they usually also take you to the place where you have downloaded them and in regards to the name and all that. So it's not as easy as Word. What is it called? That application. Word plus plus something with Word plus plus. What is it called? And I can't. Sometimes you just forget something you actually have known for a long time, right? Word plus plus. I have no idea how I could forget that, but sometimes it happens that something, it just, I guess the information gets WordPad plus. No, that's not it. Word. What is it called? You have Word, right? What is it called? Notepad plus plus. Oh yeah, there we go. Notepad. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Can't even remember that. Notepad plus plus, I think it is. Or maybe I'm wrong. No, yeah, no, it's true. Notepad plus plus. I don't know how that got lost in my brain. Like that usually is. It's free. It's portable. It's lightweight, and it has the ability to go on FTP. So this is it's just a win-win situation on all levels. It's portable as it should be. Any application should be portable. It's also have sanity features in regards of auto saving. So there's less risk to actually lose your data. Any application should have that as well in regards of. It's just incredible. You can sit and write something and it just gets lost, and it happens so many times. It's not just nonsense. It's lightweight, which it's wonderful. And you can connect. It's a plug-in, and you can connect to the FTP, and you can go directly again, in and upload. It's just wonderful. I looked into some alternative to Adobe. What is it called? Dreamweaver. I found Aptana, and I loved I liked Aptana. I was trying to use it, but the thing is, there was always something broke. You always needed to use a lot of hours trying to sort things out, and there's always something broke. And I remember in the beginning I got everything to work, and there was just one specific thing that seemed to have issues, and I look for the next update, right? And you just get into new issues, and it has been that for I guess a lot of years. I can't remember but a huge amount of years, and never things. I've given up on that. I then tried NetBeans, got some help in regards of installing that, and it was pretty good. I was pretty satisfied with it. For the time. When I finally got everything up and running, it was pretty okay. It's just there was some pretty good features, and I enjoyed it. But again, it's heavy. It's issues in regards to updates and all. It's like the Aptana, where you end up with the same issue in regards to portability. That's also, So I found Notepad. It's always been. People have always talked about good about Notepad plus plus, but I haven't really used it much. But I found out that's my web application. It's absolutely my web application. Absolutely recommend. And here we actually can see the Notepad++ being used, although it does seem to be a little different than, seems to be another skin, they have put on. You go into plugins up here. Of course, if you have the app open, you push that, and then there will be there's a FTP plugin, which I can't remember what it's called, but you should be able to find it. If you can't find it, just go on the internet and just search for plugin for FTP, and you will find how to activate it. When it's activated, it fixes in the right side a little window will pop up to the right side, and you can then fix your information for the FTP and connect. And when you're connected, you're up and running. There you go. You just push a file, it will get it over to the thing, and then you Control S, I think, just uploads the file. It's just very easy, So enjoy. That's after many years of trying to find something portable, something running good, and yeah, Notepad++. That's the winner. It's absolutely wonderful. And this other application seems to working, Android in regards to having the FTP directly into the application. It's a wonderful feature. Although there are some things it can't do. As far as I can see, it can't create folders, which is kind of, I think that would be a nice thing to have, to be able to create folders and all that. But then I have, I'm actually already connected, it seems. So this is my FTP. I shouldn't show my data in regards to connections and all that, but this doesn't seem to be any, it's already connected, so that's great. But here we have the Jesus Pope 666.info, a line. The problem with this address, it's good in regards of a lot of truth in that, very concentrated truth. I also had Jesus God Almighty, that was my former website, but I wanted to have the Pope 666 in it, because this is something that many people don't dare to speak about, and I don't care how people this and that. I will stand on the truth. So I also have in Danish Paeon 666. It's in regards of, I don't know if I should get another, look into maybe in the future to maybe find an easier domain. Well, the thing is, it's kind of hard to. I could lessen the domain so it was a little shorter, but shortering would give problems in regards of what is being, the witness wouldn't be there, as I could take like J God, that would be Jesus, of course, or Yeshua. And like Pope, it could be a P. I already used that in sadly played a, what do you call it, a car game. Although I usually listen to, but games are a waste of time and a lot of. But if it can still be, if it's one of these games that and this was, a car game is a game you don't really think much, right? So the thing is, you can sit and play the game while listening to information. So that was primary. That's usually I had something running in the background in regards to that. So, but yeah, timer, and I just took one of these thing was on for a long time, so it was in the play. So, and then when they came into, because they became so angry when I wrote that. And then they would say, they would see Jesus God Almighty. So that's a way of making a testimony to people. I had some, I guess the thing is, when the game started, sometimes I ended up just sitting and writing in regards of the truth with people instead of forgetting the game in some sense. So, but it's a way to witness. There's a lot of people out there hating the truth. But yeah, if you're going to play games, and if it's possible, that just have something in the background in regards of truth, like you have the Book of Revelation running in the background, right? Something like that. While making websites, you can also do that. The problem with making websites, well, at least for me, when I'm making websites, you're using your brain, right? At least, I guess you might get to a point where you actually are so good at coding, so you just, it's just second, it would be like a easy peasy game. I don't know. But yeah, you are less likely to follow along with it if if you're using your brain to, but running in the background, that's fine. But usually it's you're not following it like you usually would, intensely following along. So anyway, so this is one of my pages from my website, and again you could see the website here. I have books, content, Rap6, flyer, forum, image, plugin, and trash. I don't know why I wrote that in Danish, but trash. Sometimes you need something you throw out, and then Anyway, so these are my files, PHP files, all of them, because to actually make some sanity out of making a website, you need PHP. There's a specific thing I use PHP. I pretty much don't use PHP besides one single thing that should be in the HTML. But the HTML doesn't have that standard feature. I guess no one. I get. It just seems like they made it as hard as possible for people to actually. It's just there's so much nonsense. I'm to make the website I want to make, and maybe we should look at the website, so you know what I'm talking about. But to make the website, you're using HTML, you're using let's see, you're using HTML, you're using if it wants to do anything, of course, maybe I can find another page, or maybe. I guess the mobile might have some problems. You always have some problems here and there. Oh well. I also need to install Android 7 instead of Android 8. The problem with that is there's at least two applications that doesn't seem to work on Android 7. But the thing is, this mobile was born with Android 7. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's old. It's an old. That's my sheep that I fixed. But yeah, it's an old phone, because all the new phones pretty much are bullshit. You can't record calls, although I haven't fixed this again on this one. But you can't record calls after Android 9. Well, people would say, well, you can jailbreak it. Yeah, but all this jailbreaking usually makes every single mobile I've had, after jailbreaking, I had issues with it. The least issue I actually had was, in some sense, the first Android Note 2, but that was still a derivant, so I had issues. I never found a system that ran perfectly, an alternative system. So nothing was there's always something broke. And I used a lot of time trying to get that worked, but that didn't really. So yeah, but you need to, like HTML, CSS, that's the two, you have the male aspect of the HTML, then you have the women aspect of the CSS in regards of how it looks, and the HTML is in regards of how it works, pretty much. But then you need, for doing things, I needed PHP to do some sanity things, like retrieving files from, being able to retrieve files. We can look at the code maybe. Let's see. Oh, well, of course, when we look at the code here, it will just look like one pile of. It will already have inserted the things, of course, and we can look in the other application. But this is the full code, and it's try to set it up so it's pretty, so people should be able to follow along. Although on the mobile it gets pretty messy because it gets to the next line and all that, and so it can be a little messy. But on the computer, if you look at the code, it should be, it should be somewhat understandable, or try to fix things in the places so it has some kind of sorting. But yeah, there's still some, it's a work in progress, and I'm absolutely not finished with it. That's for sure. Yeah, 1,445 lines at least on the front page. You have a lot of in regards to video things. This of course is something that this is something for the video thing that I'm not using. I haven't deleted it, just have. But anyway, so yeah, it should be looking like I put all the video things after the web page. That was possible, no problems at all. Seemed to work without any issues, so that's what I did. So instead of having the data of the video in the front, as actually is told, I just have it behind all the, after the footer, after the website, I have the UVB playlist, which would usually be put into the body. Or just kind of, I think it's the body. Yeah, so you have the program in the head, and I think all the data is usually put in the body. And the standard show is that he shows it being put in the start of the body. But that's, I'd rather have my website thing able to see what I can actually, see the website, how that looks and all that, and then have it afterwards. And it works. No problem in regards to that. So we have the cascading style sheets. We should have some, I don't know why, but I thought I had written in regards of JavaScript somewhere. We have the the FWD Ultimate Player, but I guess it also has some CSS. Yeah, we have the CSS, so I guess I did a little differently on that. Yeah, but yeah, we have the sheep someplace as well. Oh, there we go. A little gas. I have to be careful of the government not coming around and trying to measure my fart in regards of CO2, right? This world has gone nuts. CO2 is a very, very, every breathe out CO2, But anyway, so here we have some styling. The problem was that the browser, which is one of these, insanities, that you can't turn off the cache in the browser. So it caches some things on the website, and it regains other things. And one of the things apparently that this like to cache is the CSS file. So, and again, the CSS file is not really that big of a file, but it likes to cache the file anyway. So, and there's really, even if you refresh the page, it won't refresh the CSS. And as far as I know, there's no way to actually say to it, refresh totally, not take anything from the cache. There are some on the computing browsers, but most of them today have, is so insane so you can't even turn off the cache. It's taking a lot of features away, standard features, putting in a lot of other bullshit features, and taking standard user features away. It's like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Although Firefox have made a specific version browser for, making websites and all that. And I haven't really tried that. That might have the cache turn off and all that. I haven't really tried it. I've installed it. I can't yeah, there was a portable version, I think. Not a native portable version, but yeah, anyway, I haven't had my computer turned on since I moved, so that's actually a good amount of time. It's over half a month. It's closing for, on the 14th it will be a month or maybe over a month. Um, I think I moved the computer. That was the last thing I think I moved from the place. So I think I moved that on the 14th. I haven't turned it on since then. So I've just been using the mobile. And of course, the whole idea was not to use any electricity anyway, because I don't want to, these electricity companies have gone insane as well. Of course, no, not a surprise. So, but now I can actually make websites on my mobile pretty good. I've sit toying around with it, 2 or 3 days, and it's actually, it's actually not that. There are some things, of course, that was actually one thing that didn't seem to work, as you would expect it. So you could actually delete a lot of code very easily. But last time all of the sudden, apparently it just began to work. Like if I want to delete this, I had to, if I push back, uh-oh, where's there we go. If I push back after doing this like this, if I push back, now you can see it deleted it all, and I can just refix it. And actually it also has the redo. So, but it didn't work. I had to do it like this beforehand, and that was tedious. And if you need to, it will take a lot of, that's also a thing that could be improved in this application. Oh, oops, redo. That you could actually, push this and get like a list of, how far you want to go back or forward. Uh-oh, I don't know, but it's just something of that nature. Anyway, the thing is, I had to when I had to delete things, it was very tedious to sit and delete a lot of code, because you had to. But apparently, it works now. Um, I don't know if I updated the application. I don't think there was any update, but apparently now it works, so no problem. So at least, I thought, this is stupid. Why do I need to sit and when you have a lot of code, and you sit and you charge it, and you just wait and wait and wait and wait for it all to get to deleted, instead of just marking it like this and just deleting. But it works now. Of course, you need to have the thing forward, and it's not there, so you need to first go into that mode and get the keyboard to get up, and then you can do it or not. There we go. And sometimes it doesn't react. I don't know why. Even if you push and it doesn't do the thing, that must be again the application itself that has a problem. So yeah, there we go. I was toying around with this. That's the Passover, and this is really a little thing from the 1995, many, many years ago when I was young. At the time where there was sanity, when I was running, well, I probably was, well, I did, wasn't that far from running Windows 2000. But this came in 95, you could run it I think it ran on Windows 2000 as well, as far as I recall. I did have like this collection of funny stuff, and sadly I threw it out. I had a lot of all kinds of weird funny stuff I collected on a whole DVD. No, sorry, the whole CD full. So that was like 650 megabytes of funny stuff. Digital things that was, like the sheep and the kitten running around. But apparently I threw that out, so I don't have that anymore. I don't have my old MP3 files anymore. Um, there was a lot of worldly things overall, but it was still, yeah. Well, I guess you need to move on in regards to things. That was some of the songs that was kind of. But yeah, I had 4 CDs from of old, from the very first time of um, of Winamp coming around, MP3, the MP3 format. 4 full CDs, and it's just. But yeah, becoming Christian and all that. I think that was after becoming Christian. I thought, already, this is a lot of worldly music, and I just don't. I also had a CD I made with music I liked. But that was again a lot of worldly music. That was some of the numbers that had some you know truth, pointing to truth and yet not being Christian, right? But it was interesting to see what I kind of liked in Anyway, it was a little alternative than many others. Anyway, so these are, I don't know why these sheep are not running totally on the side as they should. There seems to be a little gap. But anyway, they're working, and you can push it again, and then you get 7 more. And as you can see, I was testing, well, I don't know if you can see it, but I was testing the fooder. This is the part of the fooder, which apparently the fooder needs to be in the body still, I think. I'm actually not sure if you can actually put the fooder outside the body. Like you have the heater, right? I think you would need to put the. I don't know. It could actually be interesting to actually see if you could put the fooder after the body, because then you would have the head, because the head is outside the body. Then you have the body, and if you actually could have the fooder just underneath, that would actually be pretty nice. In regards to designing or sorting things out. But yeah, I was trying to. These are actually 2 ways of doing the bottom line. If I no, maybe not. Okay, at least I can. This should have been a bar. Oh, okay. So this is the old one. Okay, this is the old one that's not doing anything, and this is the new one in regards of sorting things out. I had a box mode as well, so I used this one, and I fixed a box where there was like a box, and tried to make it into text and all that, so people wouldn't, because this is not really part of the website. This is like a gimmick, so I don't really want this thing to really be. This is like a so-called Easter egg or something like that. I don't really want to use the word Easter egg, but because that's in regards to the pagan god and all that. But yeah, it's just a gimmick thing that really shouldn't be obvious to the. Okay, where we can see that they're actually moving on the right side. Maybe it's still activating one of these. Those. I tried 2 different versions of the sheep, and there's one of the sheep, of the green sheep, that is having some issues. No, yeah, actually, this, I don't know. Anyway, it seems at least some of them are working. But yeah, it's I don't know what happens if I do like this. But of course, the mobile has a lot of, what shall we say, difficulty with it. Yeah, well, I guess they're not that good as at when you like they're just going away. Um, but yeah, this is a pretty neat feature. You also have a console. Oh, XML not available. Arduino something line 1 not found. I don't know. Error message convert is not defined. 2 seconds. Error convert is not defined. I'm not sure what totally. If I go back here, and we can run it again. I was a little annoyed of it in the beginning in regards of. Oh, wait. Because you tended to push it without wanting to push it. But yeah, anyway, let's see console here. Okay, so apparently we have some things in regard to this that it doesn't seem to like in line 1. But that seems to be his thing, the E-sheep thing that is the issue inside the. But anyway, I don't know if there's any problems with what I have on my website. Well, I guess it gets the same version. Oh wait, let's see here. Notes, add sheep. Oh yeah, this is the place where you have your things. Works pretty good as well when you get, I was not totally. Well, I'm actually, you can close things down in here as well. Works pretty good. Oops. So let's see here. We have the sheep here, and it's. We're closing down. Oh well, I'll flip a new battery in it.